that connection has kept me. I've been on a path sounded like Father Swami, and also a member of the 12-step groups, all paths towards enlightenment and a greater relationship with God and a purpose for service. So I made a deal with God when I found out that I was HIV positive and everybody that was diagnosed was dying. I said, God, if you hook me up, I promise I won't do anything else except serve you. Nothing is going to be more important. It may look like laziness to some folks. I don't care. I'm working for you. You my boss now. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. And he's been laying out my orders. And I follow him diligently. And he held up his end of the bargain. For a good 17 years, I had no major complications from HIV and AIDS. No matter what the numbers were. I carried 2 T cells, millions of viral load copies, but I ate naturally as a result of the path that I'm on. Wife making the adaptations, the friends that I keep, the knowledge that I get. I went out of my way to get the information that will allow me to participate in my own survival. And through doing that and applying it, I became an experiment for life. And in the experiment, seemed to be working just fine. But just recently, after a long time of safe haven, nothing but wonderful life. I mean, it was more than wonderful life because I was compelled. We kept it to ourselves. Didn't share it with anyone. 14, 15 years for obvious reasons. My wife was building what has come to be a very successful business. Supported her in that. And we did not want to jeopardize the stigmatization that my children and my wife would have to endure. And we don't have to endure that. But like it says on my t-shirt, and it's been attributed to Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, at some point, silence becomes betrayal. God said, I told you, I want you to create a worldwide movement carrying this information and being an example of what I can do. Come see me. And at that point, I stopped traveling like it was hot. Traveling like it was hot. You want to know something? I got AIDS. I had it for a long time. You don't look like you've got AIDS. Worldwide. As far as Kenya, worldwide. Then I got hooked up and involved with this wonderful new program, because we had already been in 12-step programs. We knew they worked. He had wrote a program, Glenn Calkins, a dear friend now, a program called HIV Anonymous, people with AIDS, for people that not only with it, but infected and affected, like my baby boo, because that was the other part of the relative. He kept us safe. We were having good sex over all these years, and she ain't been infected at all. Unheard of. I mean, there's other couples, but we want to talk to them and see how they do it. If without having the conversation everybody's running away from, we won't know all the good we have in common. I'm working with a young lady called Tracy Carr. She's got a wonderful movement called Living for a cure. It struck me because it gave me an opportunity to say what I really was doing. I met her working with Pa Sway from V103. He was a blessing in asking me to be a part of his tour during the course of the year and going out and speaking to high school and middle school children. We did that, and that was so fulfilling. So those things, as long as I kept something to look forward to, kept me going.
Tell me why it was so fulfilling.
Because I felt like I was doing my job for my boss. He asked me to carry the message, and most people deal with it. It's up to them. But just like any human, you'd like to see the effect at some point. And I was getting it. People were coming later on and saying, you know, they changed this or they changed that. It's working for them. Or they're glad to have the information. So it was having an influence. But it was having a deleterious effect on my relationship with my wife. Because she was never really ready to disclose, and I had decided to write a book. And it was hard to connect under those circumstances. So, right before I got sick, everything happens in the spiritual realm before it happens in the physical manifest. My soul was sick long before my body got sick. Stress.
So, talk to me about the bond that you have and how you work through all of these many issues that you've had to have over the years. With this same wife who wasn't understanding. I know she had to be, so I want to hear about that.
We were committed to each other. Love and commitment. You know, I got my faults, she got hers, but we got one thing in common. We said, ain't nobody leaving. And even if we got to flip the house, ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere. You don't have to ever. We'll work it out. And we have.
And it's always been like that. You've been married how many years?
20. 20 wonderful years. So we've invested so much.
So when you decided to write the book and go public, let me talk to Dion for just a second, okay? How did that affect you?
I didn't want